Hello everyone, welcome back to another Let's Refurb video. In today's video what we're going to be doing is refurbishing a PS1 controller. I have done a tutorial on how to clean a PS2 controller, a DualShock 2, but this is a little bit different. It's a little bit more simple. There's no analog sticks on here. So yeah, what we're going to be doing is taking this completely apart, soaking everything in hot soapy water, and then putting it back together, and it'll be nice and clean and ready to go. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is taking off these 8 screws on the back of the unit. To do this, all you're going to need is a Phillips head screwdriver. So you should just be able to take this back piece off. Just be careful of the cable getting caught in here. So in here we're going to have our trigger buttons, and they're just held in by 2 more Phillips screws, sorry, so we're going to take them off. Okay, and then they should just all fall out. So as you can see, it's quite disgusting in there. The pieces are pretty much disgusting as it gets. They need to be thoroughly cleaned. Okay, so what we're going to do is just unclip the cable here. This should just pop out, and then pretty much everything else should come out as well. And you should just get this whole piece out like this, and then just take off the buttons. To do that, it's just a case of unclipping it from the back of the little board here. There's just 2 little prongs. You just need to push them in, and then the whole thing will come off. So do that for the other side as well. Okay, and once we've done that, make sure there's no rubber membranes on here, and that's pretty much all we're going to do with this for now. Just set that aside. And then here is where you might see most of the dirt. A lot of it's quite disgusting in here. So we're going to take all of this out. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is go and soak all of this in hot soapy water. This piece, the trigger buttons, and all the membranes. And then once I've done that, I'll get back to you and we'll dry it all off. Okay, so at this point I've soaked everything in the hot water and I've scrubbed it all down with a brush. Now what I'm going to do is just dry everything off. Okay, so now that everything's dried off, what I'm going to be doing is cleaning up the membranes. Now the reason you want to do this is basically because if you have a look at the controller here, you'll see that there are these kind of 8 little black marks on there, and you can see there's actually like 4 individual areas of it with a split kind of in the middle. And basically what the membrane does, if I find the exact one, is it basically bridges the connection, and then that makes the connection that the button is pressed by the kind of thing. And as you can see, it's really shiny, and you want it to be a matte surface. So this is because it's had years and years of being pressed down. So what you do is you take a piece of paper. I just got like a cheap pack of 6 notebooks from the pound shop, and you pop the little membrane piece out like that and just draw a line, and as you can see it creates a black line just like a rubber, and then you'll start to see, it's quite hard to show, you'll start to see that it's less shiny and more matte. If I do it again, as you can see now it's completely matte as opposed to the other ones which are all quite shiny. So I'm going to go on all of these membranes and do all of that now. Okay, so all the membranes are nice and matte finished again. They don't have to be completely matte finish, but depending on how long you want the controller to last again is pretty much how much you want to scrub it down. Obviously don't scrub it down too much, because just like a pencil eraser, it's gonna like completely degrade if you do it too much. So just enough that the kind of the shimmer is gone away. And now what we're going to start doing is assembling everything back together. Make sure everything is dry. Obviously you don't want to put anything wet on a circuit board. It's never a good idea. So make sure everything's thoroughly dry and then start assembling again. Last thing we're going to do is just go over everything with Mr. Sheen. Just put it on a rag and just going to rub everything over. Alright, and that's pretty much it for this video. As you can see, everything is really nice and clean again. There's no dirt around all the edges. All the buttons underneath, all the screws are underneath, are all good. And everything's pretty much spotless again, and it smells nice as well because of this. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Next video we're going to be cleaning a PlayStation 1 console, and yeah, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.